before, just wasn't smelling defeat in the air. Headed where nobody took it, who meeted me there? They tell him that he talking crazy, but he doesn't care. Being humble don't work.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Today, a battle out of the AFC between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. Who has it all teed up. And off we go from Denver. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Play fake. It's Milton. Bails out of the pocket quick. Got a man. It's Marvin Mims. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it's going to be first down Denver. Only took him one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line.
Let's go. Cougar, let's go.
Here's Milton, 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Finds Mims. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Get it. 70 Timberwolves. Let go.
They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. That 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hey! 18 Cardinals.
It's a 3rd down give to Harvey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'd really break the backs of the defense.
1st down, and they go right back to it. He's past the 25. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos take a 6-7 lead on their opening drive. They'll try this extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. He's got the squiver. He's brought down just inside the 25. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with Achane. And this one only manages the yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
That's simply a foot race to the outside that he's used to winning. Seen him get beat there and forced to take it out of bounds near the line? Well, that's just a tremendous effort and tremendous speed by that defense.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Drop 50, drop. Here we go. Buffalo 18.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
All right, here's one of our game's first big risks. The offense lining up to go for it on their own side. Sanders going to throw on 4. He's got it to his running back. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
On 1st down, here's Sanders. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on 1st down.
Here we go. Go.
Back to the air here on 2nd. Sanders. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what they call staring down the gun barrel. You know as a quarterback, you're about to get absolutely blasted, but you've got to deliver an accurate throw just like that.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And they get to him again! 6 yards to the line. The offense is going to go for this. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. 4th down, and it'll be the native of County Wicklow in Ireland, Daniel Whelan, on to punt. And they avoid a return on the play. This one bounces and gets out at the 25-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Milton. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
Pete, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Janet. Cowboy 80. Ready?
Milton now on 3rd down. Quick slant caught by Sutton. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This is a heater going deep. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Terry on Arnold has it. And the Browns will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is clean, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys, keep taking that ball away. Job well done. You specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
18 Cardinal.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. He's got Emeka Egbuka. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Come on. Hey! Pass going in! Let's go!
And the shotgun hit behind the line. That ball's loose. And the Broncos corral it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Milton. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Kate, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. Defense, well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, well, they just remind that defense, you not only got to cover us vertically, but we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
Complete beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
Out of the gun, it's Milton. Oh, should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. But 2 in a row now have slipped away. Almost had back-to-back interceptions. A chance for him now to clean things up here on second down. Shotgun snap here to Milton. Has him on the quick hitter. And this winds up a short gain to the 29. And it's Carson Schlesinger who got over there for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Hawk 70.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. It's the Broncos out in front. We'll get you back to Mile High after this.
Okay,
We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They've got 3rd down well inside field goal range. There's a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Let's go now. 60 Bison. Ready.
They're going to throw for it on 4th. That's cut beyond the marker. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Looking inside the red zone. He finds his back. Harvey. Touchdown, Denver. Broncos take a 13-0 lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned. That's 6 in the end.
kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Sanders. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
All in left side. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact to come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
He gets his offense in better field position here to start. To the 30.
I'm sure, Kate, that the coaches would prefer he not flirt with disaster on the return. There's no additional damage done, however, this time. Fortunate to get the ball back, and everyone could breathe just a little bit easier.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake. He finds his man over the middle. He is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. A pickup of 17. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. It's Harvey straight ahead. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, here we go.
Milton back to throw. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
And 8 yards to go.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Play action, Sanders. Taking a deep shot here. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it.
On the double.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go. Set. Practice. Go.
Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. Hits him on the out route. And this one doesn't go far.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling the preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Ready, let go.
Here's Sanders now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Ready,
Sanders now on third down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
That's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Field goal attempts coming now from Young Koo. All spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Oh, and that's not going to do it. He hooked it. The kick no good, wide left. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
let's go.
Play fake. It's Milton. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They'll run here. It's Harvey. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal.
Go street. Viking 18.
Here's Milton. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
And they're going to score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 20-zip lead. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys, but better than theirs.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos stretch their lead to 21. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll start the drive with Achane. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Come on, come on. Let's go.
Now Sanders. Short pass brought in. Continuing to move past the 45. It's a race down the right side. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle foot right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch, just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Forced out to his right. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Throwing again here, Sanders. Tackle is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. And he's got it. It's in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. H.M. Can't quite pass that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Cowboy 80.
3rd down from the gun. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. Picked off by Jason Marshall. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be the last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, they're going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
Tackle made right around the 26. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
On the handoff, here's Harvey. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Dumps this one off to Harvey. Rolling into enemy territory. Here he goes again. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. 2nd half begins with a run by H.M. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
peaceful on the last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Get it.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. Just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up here with Achan. And they'll mark him down there after the dive. Stop for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. They'll go. It's Sanders. He connects downfield. A mess on the move here. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns cut into the lead coming out of halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Cool, all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Harvey headed right. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. And set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, you were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Milton. Got for big yards on the right side. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Out of the gun. It's Milton. Quick slant. Caught by Sutton. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Shotgun hands off to Harvey. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. It's a gain of 7, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Come on. Set. Lightning, 18.
They'll work against the blitz. Drops it down. Harvey. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, more than likely for more games to come.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Looking out of the gun, Sanders has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Browns first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Throwing the out route complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that right there, okay, that is the epitome of trust. And trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
Catch being left side by Abuka. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns shrinking the lead some in the third. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's stopped on the run back of the 27.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's first and 10. Throwing off the play fake. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down.
Coverage by Carryon Arnold.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Kate, I got a pretty good idea that he is not letting go of that football. It's headed for his mantle and maybe his family. That's a guy who was a day 3 pick. Weren't even 100% sure he's going to make the roster. We just saw him get the first interception of his career. What a moment.
On first down, here's Sanders. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. Recovered by the Broncos.
Hey, Kate, these last few minutes make me want to look away. A really rough series of events here for an old retired quarterback to watch.
Wish you could see him up here. All these turnovers not doing it for you, partner?
Well, the interception, start there. But immediately then fumbling the ball right back over, that's not too good either. And they know they just fumbled away a critical opportunity.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. A quick throw completed out to the left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Play fake. It's Milton. Lasers this one deep down the middle. This is caught inside the 15. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were. The QB just nailed it. Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line of gain.
Can I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Now they'll see see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos grow their lead yet again. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. He completes it in traffic. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because he threw it in double coverage. And he may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Got it. Ready?
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Get it. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Sanders setting the pass. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
I think we can officially call this pile-on mode. They've been the better group all game. You felt it. This quarterback, well, he certainly felt the brunt of it. The rest of the way, Kate, this may be time to pad those stats and keep on pressing against a group that has had no answers for him up front.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Down. Panther 60, Panther 70, Timber Wolf. Ready?
Get to Harvey here from the pistol. Escapes the defender. Ooh, he made the most of that one. Didn't he give him 9 yards on that 1st down carry? Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Broncos football, and they should be able to coast right through this 4th with that kind of lead. Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that 1st down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warrior 70.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. And this one is launched downfield. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Hurt.
Give up the middle to Harvey. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
79 Broncos.
4th down, pass coming. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
60 back, 70 back, come back, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Let's go.
Play action, Sanders. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to the air here on second. Sanders. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's a Browns first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. And down he goes. The Bronco defense gets there. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
Completed to his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And it's brought in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns making the scoreboard look a touch better. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Now, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
Ready?
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got first and 10.
Let's go. 60.
Throwing now off the play action. He fires one deep down the left sideline. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches. That heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete. Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Giving this to Harvey. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis and run support.
Trying to push one through there. So now it's going to be third and long.
Samuel on the coverage.
Come on. Ready?
Harvey on the carry. Wow, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be fourth and very long. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Jeremy Crawshaw, the one who's going to send this away. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's first and 10.
Ready?
They'll go play action for Sanders. Absolutely fires this one right side. into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Broncos take over on his 5th interception of the season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Ready.
Milton. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now run with Harvey. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And it's going to be 1st down Denver. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos close to picking up their 5th win. So 1st down from the 41. Staying on the ground here with Harvey. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I think we've all become very accustomed, and I'll raise my hand and saying these tight ends are almost like bona fide receivers, big receivers. They show you right there, when they can be powerful blockers, it can make a huge difference in a run game.
And he's got it in close. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos put up even more points in a win. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos continue piling onto this lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go now. Ready.
Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Here's a screen for Achane. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. 2nd down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
It's a big strike downfield to Aguka. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns putting up points in a game decided. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns make it an 18-point game. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And this one's covered by the Broncos hands team. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called they have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Gotta find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game. I like that, Kate. That's going to keep a defense honest. That proves that they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to hit.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance. patience onto this upcoming third down.
Okay, that was so good, really, on two levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Come on, steady.
It's a third down give to Harvey. Wow, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be fourth and very long. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Oof, best of luck here, guys. It's fourth and pretty far.
70. Warrior 70.
They'll throw for it. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Browns are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're the premium in this league. Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Throw here, third down. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is 4th down.
Get it.
Desperation time here. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. So to the side of Maine, mile-high salutes throughout the building. It's a win at home for the Broncos. And this thing of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out